It's the day after. It is UFC 326 recap reaction time. Watched the show last night. A lot of things to talk about. We're going to talk about the big fights, the important ones, obviously the main card, the main event. Little things that need to be discussed, things that need to be talked about. We'll go over how I did on my picks, everything going on last night. It'll be a good time. We're going to go over it right now. Starting, of course, first, we're going with the main card stuff here. Gregory Rodriguez, Bruno Ferreira. This was a rematch, like I talked about in my predictions. Ferreira won the first fight by knockout. I picked RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez to get his lick back over Bruno Ferreira. And man, that's exactly what happened. They come out. RoboCop's a lot more laid back, relaxed, looking to be smart, picking his shots, calm and calculated. Bruno Ferreira being Bruno Ferreira, he's bouncing around, moving around a lot. And then there's like one point where he kind of sticks his feet in the ground, and when he does, RoboCop, boom, big cross right hand, boom, and sits him one punch, knockout, first round for Gregory Rodriguez. And as you guys know from the YouTube, of course, the comments on one of my videos, I said if I'd go 0-5 on my picks, I would go bald. Well, Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez, he saved me from looking like him. The Brazilian Obama has saved me from going bald. Thank you, Gregory Rodriguez. You're now at the top of my favorite fighters list. He's got to be up there. He's got to be up there now. He just saved me from going bald. RoboCop Rodriguez, you're the man. And I made a reel about that, posted it on Instagram. This dude just knocked out Bruno Ferreira 30 minutes ago. He's really one of us because he knocks this dude out, goes to the bat, gets on his phone, starts scrolling Instagram reels. Sees my reel, and he likes it. Bruno Ferreira, you're the man. I appreciate that, man. One of my new favorite fighters now. Got a new respect for RoboCop, for the Brazilian Obama, dude. But yeah, great performance from him. Started my night off well. Started me off 1-0 on the night with my picks over the winners. Like I said, you can see right there, under 2 minutes. First round knockout of Bruno Ferreira. And Ferreira, man, was on a good run. Like I said, we talked about him already beating Rodriguez once already. He beat Jackson McVeigh. Then he had just come off the win against Marvin Vettori. So, excuse me. He's on a good little run, and then he just ran into RoboCop again. So, these guys are like slowly brewing a little rivalry here, like trading first round knockouts. Run it back, trilogy, make them fight one more time. Who cares? Somebody's getting knocked out. Let's run it back. But yeah, that was first fight of the night. Middleweights, RoboCop Rodriguez, Bruno Ferreira. Gregory Rodriguez, first round knockout over Bruno Ferreira. Starts me 1-0 for the night. I couldn't be more happy. After that, we got to talk about the lightweight fight. Drew Dober, Michael Johnson. Well, Drew Dober. He says he doesn't like the meme. He said he doesn't like it, but then he does stuff like this. How are you going to be against the meme and then do stuff like this? If you're really against it, Drew Dober, you wouldn't be sliming out every, what's the word I can use? Every one of those fighters that you seem to do it to. You know what I mean? He was literally all this build up talking to Michael Johnson, letting him, I hate the meme. I hate the meme a lot. I don't like it. That's not me. That's not who I am. People are calling me racist. Well, Drew, the resume speaks for itself. This dude will get absolutely mauled by anyone, and then when it's time to fight someone of the looks of Michael Johnson, he does this. He was losing. In the first round, he was getting caught, pieced up good. And then he was like, oh, wait, I don't lose to these guys. And then throws the meanest right hand, boom, right on the chin of Michael Johnson and puts him out in the second round. Crazy knockout from Drew Dober. Typical Drew Dober. Classic Drew Dober, I would say. But I picked that. I think this one's like to a T perfect. I said Drew Dober knockout over Michael Johnson. I believe I said late first round or early second. This one could have been a perfect pick here for me, Drew Dober. I know you don't like what you did. He's like looking at himself like, what have I done? But I love what you did, man. You made me 2-0 on the night. I picked this one to a T. Perfect knockout from Drew Dober. Drops Michael Johnson to 25-20. What a record. Good Lord. A lot of fights in the UFC, though, for both these guys. We knew somebody was getting knocked out. Michael Johnson looked good in the first round. He was landing some good shots. But obviously, it's the Drew Dober show when a fight like this is booked. So, yeah. Drew Dober gets it done. Second round knockout over Michael Johnson. Put me at 2-0 for the night. And a little spoiler, that's as good as it gets. It gets a lot worse from here on out. Speaking of. Next fight. Rob Font, Rosas Jr. Like, their pictures don't even want to pop up. They don't want to be involved with this fight. Their faces aren't even in the circles. So, I literally said, I know everybody's going to pick Rosas Jr. because of his grappling. And then I guess I wanted to be different. Pick Rob Font. I was like, Rob Font, yeah, he struggles sometimes to get up off the ground, with these grapplers, but I think he's going to get it done against Rosas Jr. Well, I guess I just wanted to be different. I don't know. Because my biggest fear happened. Rob Font comes out all hunched over, hands like right here. I was like, oh, God. What is this stance? Rosas takes him down and keeps taking him down. And then he took him down. Then the round would end, and they'd start the next round, and Rosas Jr. would take him down. Then I'm pretty sure he ended the fight by taking him down. That's all he did was take him down. Rob Font could not get up. When I literally talked about, yeah, he can't get up, but I think he's going to do it in this fight. He did not do it in this fight at all. Rob Font got taken down. He got smothered. He kept trying to throw up like an omoplata. Like, bro, it was not working. Let the omoplata go. You've been trying it for 7 minutes. All right? It hasn't worked yet. And Rosas, he would take him down, but he wouldn't do anything with it. He's kind of just laying on him. Like, look at the total strikes. Does it have control time? It doesn't have control time. But, dude, the total strikes, right there. 47 total strikes for Rosas Jr. 8 significant strikes on 16 takedowns. 8 strikes were significant. That's a 15-minute fight where he landed 8 significant strikes in a fight that he was controlling the whole time. He's choking me up. In a fight that he was controlling the whole time. Taking him down, laying on top of him, in dominant position, 8. 8 significant strikes, bro. 47 total. Rob Font had more significant strikes, and he was laying on his back the whole time. That's crazy, man. Boring fight from Rosas Jr., man. I don't hate grappling. I don't mind it at all. I get it. That's what I would do. But to not do anything with it, come on. Come on. He was getting booed out the building. They were not a fan of Rosas Jr. tonight. They were not a fan. They did not like the laying and praying that he was doing. And Rob Font, dude, are you serious? I was looking good. I was 2-0. I was on top of the world. And then you do this. Rob Font's going to be out of the UFC soon. I just feel it. I just feel it, dude. You're going to let Rosas Jr., who fights like that, now be ranked in the UFC top 15 bantamweights. Really, Robert? Roberto Fontaine, are we serious? Come on, Rob. We can't be having that. You ruined my night. You really did. You couldn't get up. When I literally talked about him not being able to get up, but I still picked him anyway just to be different. I was like, I might be in the minority. Everyone's going to pick Rosas Jr. off name value and grappling. Well, I should have. I should have been took a casual pick. Acting like Rob Font's my boy. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going to go to the next fight like it gets better, but that puts me at 2-1. My perfect streak went to an end right then and there. But yeah, let's see what happened in the next fight. Co-main event. Middleweights, Kyle Barajo, Rainer DeRitter, RDR. I picked Rainer DeRitter by decision. And that did not happen. It was Kyle Barajo by decision. I thought Rainer DeRitter was going to lose the first round on the feet and then start smothering Barajo up against the cage, looking for takedowns that way. Is kind of what I thought he was going to do, which he did. I'm not going to say he didn't do that. That is what he was looking for. He was putting him up against the cage. He was kind of looking for takedowns there. But what is the deal with RDR striking? Why does he strike like that? It looks gross. Like, it looks like he doesn't want to get hit. Like, he's like putting his arms out. Like, stop it, stop. And just to get to a clinch. Like, what are we doing? It looks gross. And Barajo had no respect for RDR striking. Dude is standing there with his hands down, chin up in the air, did not care. Because there's no pop, no sauce on RDR strikes, bro. He's just kind of flailing at you so he can get a hold of you to clinch. It was ugly. It was sad. This fight was just sad. It made me sad physically. I hated watching this fight, bro. I'm not going to lie. I hated it. But Barajo, yeah, did better. Had the better striking. Defended a lot of RDR's takedowns. Reversed positions on the cage a couple times to get his back off the cage when RDR was doing, like I said he was going to do, try to push him up against the cage. Then even in the third round, he gets RDR down on the ground. And in a round where RDR was make or break, like you're going to need something big here. So what does he do? He stays down there. Next level thinking, RDR. Oh, I'm definitely losing this fight. I need to get up. I'm going to stay down. Think outside the box. You can't think outside the box if you're not in the box. RDR, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just sad from RDR. A lot of people were complaining because it was a 30-27 Barajo, and they're like, 30-27? I had it 29-28. Cool, you had one round different. And a round that wasn't like, it's not like that round's a robbery. They're talking about round 2 for RDR. Cool. If they give it to him, he still lost anyway. And it wasn't like that round was like obviously RDR. It could have gone both ways. It makes total sense that they gave it to Barajo. Like, who cares if you won round 2? He lost this fight. He flailed his arms like a little girl to get into the clinch and go for takedowns. I still don't understand what that was about. And I was hyped for RDR, dude. He was in good shape. I was like, I'm picking him. He's in good shape. He's going to get himself some good grappling here. Going to get himself a decision win over Barajo, man. Hate the fighting nerds, whatever. Nope. Looks super tired. Float his arms and kicks around. Just flapping his arms. No pop, no sauce. No oomph on his shots. Disappointing. Shameful. Kyle Barajo gets it done. Unanimous decision. Calls out Dricus. He said, Dricus Duplessis, where you been at? Cool. It's probably not going to happen, but cool. After that, Barajo wins. All his fights are like decision wins. All he does is win by decision. So I don't know how, and he's beating RDR. He's coming off of a loss that he quit in. So I don't know the odds of them really bumping him up to another, top guy. That's the top guy. Dricus was just the champ. So he might have to fight down, as in defend his rank against somebody on the come up. So we'll see. You watch Joe Pyfer beat Israel Adesanya. Then Barajo versus Pyfer. Something crazy. We'll see what they do. I don't know if he'll get Dricus. I don't think he will. I don't know what Dricus is doing. I'm ready for him to come back. DDP, man. We need you back. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Is that a leaf blower? That's a shame. Anyway. Yeah, Dricus. I don't know if he's coming back. I'd like him to come back. I don't know when he's coming back. Since I don't know if he is. Of course he's coming back. I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be against Barajo, but it would be cool, I guess, for them to do that fight. But yeah, Barajo gets it done over Rainer de Ritter in a fight that I got wrong that put me at 2-2 for the night. And then you know what? I gotta talk about something before we go to the main event. I gotta talk about something else. Where'd it go? Let it load here. We gotta talk about this fight. We gotta talk. You guys know what I'm talking about. We gotta talk about Cody Garbrandt and his. Yeah, this is taking longer than usual. Google screwing me over, man. Screwing me over. I don't even need his picture. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'll just make me bigger. We're gonna talk about Cody Garbrandt and his fight. Cody Garbrandt wins his fight by decision. First round, whole lot of nothing. Round 2, also a whole lot of nothing. Cody did both these guys look like they did not want to engage with each other. Like they knew if I get hit, I'm going to get knocked out. That's kind of how they were fighting. And then there was an illegal headbutt at one point. And then it starts to get, that's when it starts to go wild after that. Cody gets hit low 3 separate times, 3 separate low blows. His opponent gets deducted 2 points. Cody throws up in the bucket. And then after all that, he finally recovers. Let's finish round 3. Cody does nothing but run away and does not even try to strike the rest of the fight. Which I get it. You just threw up in a bucket after getting hit in the groin multiple times. But man, this fight was bizarre. One of the most bizarre fights I'd ever seen. That being said, Cody Garbrandt wins. Cody Garbrandt redemption arc starts now. Cody Garbrandt title run starts now. Let's go. Cody Garbrandt's back. No love, baby. Absolutely not. That's not going to happen. We all know this. Let's move past that and let's get back into this main card and go back to the main event here. Let's talk about it. BMF title fight. Max Holloway defends his title versus Charles do Bronx Oliveira. Now, going into this fight, I had picked Max Holloway to win by either a late TKO or a decision, because I had thought Charles would not be Charles, and I thought he would go into BMF mode, per se, and just try to strike with Max. He did not do that at all. Charles went full Charles Oliveira, 50-45 to Max Holloway, 50-45. Won all the rounds, taking down Max, smothering him on the ground, landing mean elbows, dude. Some of these elbows here are landing. Oh my. He had his back, just his head's right here in front of him. Bink, 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 landing these elbows. It was crazy, bro. Looking for rear naked chokes, neck cranks, all this stuff. Good submission defense, though, from Max. He did defend a lot of rear naked. There were some ones that were deep, some neck cranks that looked deep. He almost ended up, he was cranking these neck cranks so hard, it almost looked like he was getting into a twister. It was brutal. But Max fought on. He was not going to get finished. But he didn't do anything. I mean, Charles absolutely dominated Max Holloway. There's not a lot to say about it. One of the first times I think I've ever heard the crowd boo Charles Oliveira. They were booing everything he was doing. And I think it's just because the idea of the BMF, like, they're thinking, it's the BMF title. We know what it stands for. Like, it's going to be guys just throwing crazy strikes, trying to knock each other out. That's what everybody wants to see with the BMF title. So now there's, like, people hating on Charles, saying he's ruined the lineage of the BMF belt. He's not a real BMF, all this stuff. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's weird. I don't know how to feel, because I'm always rooting for Charles. I had a shirt on last night. I was rooting for Dude Bronx. But I picked Max Holloway. So I was kind of, like, torn. You know that wolf meme where the baby wolf's, like, scared in the middle and, like, the two shadows of his parents are arguing? That's how I felt watching this. But it was pretty obvious after the first round. I was like, oh, I know how this fight's going to go. And, yeah, it was a Charles grappling domination masterclass over Max Holloway. A lot of people, like I said, were hating on it. Nate Diaz was tweeting about it. He's like, this isn't what the belt's about. These two guys fight for my belt. They're throwing around on the ground. It's disgusting. It's a shame. Nate Diaz was not a fan of it. Of all people, Khamzat Chimaev called it boring. That's the most ironic thing I've ever seen, but that's funny. He was hating on it. Conor McGregor was hating on it. There was a lot going on. Guys were just hating all over this fight because of, Charles. This says Charles landed 110 total strikes. I don't remember 110 total strikes, but 50 of those were significant. 5 of 13 on takedowns. And there was a lot of good takedowns, a lot of body lock takedowns, just a lot of different, like, he mixed it up a lot. Charles mixed it up a lot to get Max on the ground. And then just dominated him on the ground. Max ended up on top at the end of round 5, or at one point in round 5. Did he end the round on top? Probably not. I think Charles ended up back in a good position. But I know Max at one point ended up on top on the ground. It was like, but no. He still got 50-45. Charles ended up winning the fight, unanimous decision, become the new BMF. Like I said, man, everybody hated on it. I get it. It's not the most BMF thing ever, but it was a Charles Oliveira thing to do. Let's be real. If Charles would try to stand there and strike a Max Holloway, it wouldn't have been a good day. Charles is a good striker. He's always been a good striker now. Like, that's been, like, his thing lately. Like, everyone forgets, like, oh, man, Charles can't strike. He can. We've seen him strike. We've seen him knock people out. But Max Holloway's not the guy to try to strike with for 5 rounds. And he knew that, and he wanted to win the belt. He had his parents in the crowd. Dude, once he said his parents are going to be there, I was like, bro is not losing. He had his son, his parents, his whole family was there. He was not losing. So I was like, yeah, he might start grappling. And he did. Absolute masterclass from Charles in the grappling department. Max just looked absolutely defeated. Max said he's coming back. He said, yeah, it is what it is. I'm coming back. Going to mess somebody up and be back in title contention. So what's next for Max? I don't know. Make him fight like Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker, someone else that was making fun of the fight. Of all people, Dan Hooker, who got absolutely mauled by Benoit Saint Denis and then absolutely mauled by Arman Sarukian before that, is like, yeah, this isn't what the BMF belt's about. Like, bro, Dan, do you want to fight Charles and get absolutely mauled on the ground? Like, stop, dude. Dan Hooker, don't even do this. But you could book Max Holloway, Dan Hooker. There you go. You want to see how the real BMF you are there, Dan? Fight Max Holloway. But, yeah. Not really the main event everybody was hoping for, and not how they thought it was going to go. But it is what it is. Like I said, that's the Charles way to fight. He knew that was the way to win by doing that to Max Holloway. Max Holloway had zero answer. Zero answer for the takedowns. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, way back when Max Holloway was supposed to fight Habib. Bro, imagine how that would have went. If Charles just did that to him, imagine what Habib would have done to him. It would have looked very similar, So maybe Max dodged a bullet back in the day on that one. But yeah, that was the main event. I liked it, but I didn't at the same time because I guess it wasn't entertaining. It's not what people wanted for the BMF belt. But Charles won, and that makes me happy. I was happy to see Charles win the belt. It's always good to see Charles win, no matter how he gets it done. He played it smart, played it safe, and got himself a win, and got himself a belt. Good for him. What do they do with the BMF belt? I don't know, and I don't care. I hate the BMF title. It's a fake belt. It's a second place belt. I'll stand by that no matter what. Hate that belt. We all know the real belt's a lightweight title, which is held by Ilia Topuria, which they did just announce. I'm going to make a whole another video about this, the White House card, breaking that down, how I got some of the fights right on there. I called it. But yeah, we're going to talk about all the fights on the White House card, break those down. Some people think the card is a letdown. Some people like it. I'll give you my opinions and break that down too. So yeah, that'll be coming eventually. But right now, yeah, those are my thoughts on UFC 326. I had fun watching the card. It started off hot with Rodriguez knockout, Drew Dober knockout. And then Rowers Jr. stunk up the place. And then Rainer de Ritter stunk up the place. And then I don't even want to say Charles stunk up the place. It hurts my heart to say that. I can't do it. But let's just say it started off here and it kind of ended down here. It's kind of what happened. You know, it is what it is, man. It's MMA. There's going to be wrestling. There's going to be grappling. If you just want to watch punches, go watch boxing. You know what I mean? So you can hate it. You can love it. At the end of the day, it's UFC, and we're going to keep watching it. And I'm going to keep watching it. I had a good time. UFC 326. Those are my thoughts. This is my recap. I ended up going 2-3. Started off 2-0. Then absolutely fell off a cliff and went 2-3. But hey, I'll take it. I enjoyed the show. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, my next video will probably be a UFC White House card breakdown. Maybe some predictions on that. It's kind of early out, but I might talk about who I think would win those fights, how I think the fights are going to go, what I think about the matchups, etc. You know, all the fights that didn't happen that fell through. Everything like that, man. It should be a good time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed 326. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like it, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.